Hey, how everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody having a sensational Saturday. And you know what, man? Enjoy life, man. Um, take advantage of your days off, relax, take it easy, and enjoy life, man, because that's what it's all about. You work hard, you should be able to enjoy, have time off hard. Like I say, thank you for each and every one of you that helped me to reach 63,000 subscribers. To me, like I told you right now, a major accomplishment. When I got started with YouTube, I never thought about having subscribers, but I guess it's part of the game. But once again, like I say, I want to thank each and every one of you for your support, for your words, for even right now. Sometimes I get stories. People hit me up. You should do a story about this. And just so happened right now, the story that I'm about to do today was based upon like I saw the article myself. And even right now was I was working on another piece in comparison to this piece that I'm doing right now. So just so happened, I said, you know what, man, being that I'm gonna go live, I'm gonna talk about everything about these two story. One I'm doing live, and then another one I'll be uploading later on the day, if possible tomorrow. But anyway, right now is listen, I woke up and I was reading newspaper. And right now is in the New York Daily News today, what happened? Queen drug lord who ordered parole officer killing wants out of prison because he has headache. Mm. Notorious Queen drug lord Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, who ordered his parole officer killing in 1985, is seeking compassionate release from federal prison because the stress of more time behind bars is giving him migraine. The 63-year-old kingpin made the request in a letter to Brooklyn Federal Court Judge Edward Corman. But even if he's approved, he will have to wait for his freedom. He has a 10 years prison sentence in Florida looming over his head. Nichols was hit with a 25 to life sentence and a concurrent 40 years federal sentence after pleading guilty in 1992 to arranging the murder of parole officer Brian Rooney and killing two others, including his ex-girlfriend. He also was linked to the slaying of NYPD cop Eddie Burns, 22, who was executed while sitting in his patrol car in South Jamaica, Queens in February 1988. Nichols spent the last 34 years in state prison. Okay, correction. They say Nichols who spent the last 34 years in, no, Nichols been back and forth 37 years, back and forth, feds and state combined. So it's 37 years. Caught a break early this year when the state parole board ordered him released, sparking the anger of the city police union. But he still owed time to the feds and complained to the judge that his time served since his arrest in 1988 wasn't counted towards his sentence. Corman suggests the drug law apply for compensation release. And an August 15 letter that touched on the mistake of his past, but make no reference to his victim. Nichols rattled off a litany of health problems and death in his family and grossed about his treatment at Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center. Although I tried to stay strong, the stress is weighing me down and had raised my blood pressure, he wrote, adding that he's been denied a vegan diet in his new federal digs. I am fearful of my health rapidly declining under these conditions. I have now developed migraine after receiving news of being incarcerated for 4 more years due to miscalculation and a failure to inform of a probation violation in which I was never charged, sentenced, nor knew existed, he wrote. His plan, should he win release, is to live with his wife in Jacksonville, Florida, and work for her catering company. Attempt to reach his wife and the catering business was unsuccessful. Rooney, old partner, Alan Ritter, 76, say Nichols has too much blood on his hand and should rot in prison. There's no reason why any of them should be released. They murdered Brian, and it was a contract killing, Ritter say. I have no compassion for him. Maybe God will forgive him, but I certainly cannot. There was no reason for him to do that. Brian was a good guy. Brian was a caring person. Rooney often showed compassion to the parole violator he picked up, sometimes taking money out of his own pocket and putting it into their commissary account, Ritter recalled. I think about Thomas Rooney, Brian's son, who was 18 months old at the time he lost his father. I think about him. He doesn't know his father, and my heart breaks for this little boy. He's a grown man now, Ritter say. City Police Union head Patrick Lynch has harsh word for Nichols. It's infuriating to hear this cop killer whine that he should be released due to stress and anxiety. What about the stress and anxiety of the Burns and Rooney family? Not to mention the cops who patrol the same street where these heroes was assassinated. Asked Lynch, where's the compassion release? We have zero sympathy for the crocodile tales of a cop killing drug lord. The judge shouldn't have any either. And in 1980, Nichols lorded over the drug trade in Queens, and police and federal authority have long believed he gave the green light to Officer Burns' killing in his patrol car, though he was never charged in the slaying. The hit was carried out by a four-man team and ordered by the jail drug kingpin Howard Pappy Mason. All four men was convicted. Nichols was Mason's street boss. He denied involvement in Burns' slaying, but told the parole board in February that he took full responsibility for Rooney murder, claiming he only wanted the parole officer rough up so he missed a crucial hearing. I never set that in motion. It wouldn't have happened, although that was never my intention. And C, that mean nothing to the family or his friend or his loved one or colleagues. You know, it mean nothing that they wasn't the intent. Ritter dispute the account, though, and say his partner was marked for death because he so-called disrespected Lorenzo Nichols by taking him into custody on a parole violation. The shooter and his brother have finished their federal sentence in 2020. The State Patrol Board released accomplice Perry Bellamy, who lured Rooney to the spot where he was executed. Nichols also acknowledged to the parole board that he doesn't expect to be a free man until he's 70 because of the pending 10-year sentence in Florida. He was convicted in Martin County in 2007 for his role in a car theft entitled for a range. Hey, folks, listen, let's look at that. Okay, here it is right now. Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols. Okay, right now is I was once part of the Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols organization. Right now is, guess what? Here it is. I took a deal. He took a deal. And right now is the man been in jail 37 years. So right now is what he's doing is he's petitioned to the court. He's petitioned to the court for release, compassionate release. Let's sit back and think about it. He's been in there 37 years. He's 63 years old. Okay. Now, if you look at the title, and what I'm saying to y'all is this. Look at the title and look what I'm saying. Okay. They release Southwest T. They released Southwest T. So sit back and think about it. If the United States government granted Southwest T a BMF compassionate release, why can't they do the same thing for Fat Cat? Here it is, Cat 63, Southwest T, what? Early 50. Okay, right now, Southwest T was sentenced to 30 years. 30 years. And right now, he was released in less than 15 years. He's supposed to have a date of 2026. But what they try to say is compassionate release. He was released from a 30-year sentence after doing 15 years, which is somewhat unheard of. Okay, now, when you look at it, 51, 63, you look at the BMF. Who is BMF? What is BMF is all about? From my understanding right now is, guess what? They're supposed to be responsible for bringing how many kilos into the country through a Mexican cartel. Okay? But once again, they conducted business throughout different states. California, Detroit, Chicago, Texas, Atlanta, South Carolina, North Carolina, different states. So right now is, to me, he went to jail. Did 15 years, got released. Fat Cat been in jail since 1985. Since 1985, 37 years. Okay, right now is, so you sit back and ask yourself the quality question. If they can give one man compensation release, why can't they do it for the other? Okay, Grant Redmond. We see they won't forget what we do, yet want us to forgive them for killing us. Hey, like I told you right now, damn, hey, that's a powerful, powerful, powerful statement. We see that they won't forget what we do, yet want us to forgive them for killing us. All right, man. Good. Well, Pack, shout out, Glaze. Shout out to you, man. Larry Schmidt. Glaze, what it do, my brother? Texas in here, man. Texas in the house, man. Okay. Fat cat is fit cat now. Okay. Hey, but like I told you, look, folks, sit back and think about it. And look what's going on. And look what they got going on. Let me see. I got one more comment. What you got? Is Ron Dew still in jail? And will Fat Cat ever come home? Yes, Ron Dew is still in jail. And right now, Fat Cat can come home. And right now, if it wasn't for the fact that Fat Cat caught another case, he caught another case while he was incarcerated in regards to a stolen car titling, car theft, you know what I'm saying, scam in Florida. And he caught additional 10 years. So once again, even if he get released from the feds and they give him compassion release, he still have to deal with the state of Florida, and he's looking at a 10-year sentence. So right now, but Ron Dew got life. So I can't foresee Ron Dew ever getting out. King David in the building, man. How you doing? Thank you for joining. But anyway, I'm getting back to the topic at hand. Let's sit back and think about it. What I'm trying to do is, and what I'm trying to get people to understand right now is how in the hell they going to give one person compassionate release and they won't give the other people compassionate release. What's up, Glaze? Thanks for keeping us informed. Brent Nance, how you doing, my brother? Thank you for joining in, man. Thank you for joining in. And right now is, guess what? The United States government can do what the hell they want to do. But a lot of stuff go deep in the original surface. You know, when you sit back, you think about right now is, here it is. Let's go back. Let me see if I can find, and I'm going to go to right now is what I discovered in regards to BMF. You know, when you look at BMF been around. Look how powerful they are. 50 Cent got a series about BMF going on right now. If you sit back and you think about it, he got a hell of a series about them. And you talk about the brothers, the family, everybody or whatever. You know what? Look what they got to say. The Black Mafia family was founded in 1985 in Southwest Detroit by brother Demetrius bigmeech Flournoy and Terry Southwest T. Flournoy. And by 2000 had established cocaine distribution cell throughout the United States through their Los Angeles-based drug source and direct link to Mexican drug cartel. The Black Mafia family operated from two main hubs, one in Atlanta for distribution run by Demetrius Flournoy and one in Los Angeles to handle incoming shipment from Mexico run by Terry Flournoy. The Black Mafia family under Demetrius Flournoy entered the hip-hop music business as BMF Entertainment in the early 2000s as a front organization to launder money from cocaine sale and to legitimize itself. BMF Entertainment served as a promoter for several high-profile hip-hop artists and as a record level for their soul artists. Okay, Demetrius Flournoy and the Black Mafia family became famous in hip-hop popular culture for their highly extravagant lifestyle. In 2005, the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, indicted members of the Black Mafia family, ultimately securing conviction by targeting the Flournoy brother under the Continued Criminal Enterprise, CCE 841, 848, 21 USC 848. Trust me, I know all about that one. They hit me with that. 21 USC 848, 21 USC 841, and 21 USC 846. Okay. And both were sentenced to 30 years imprisonment. Prosecutor alleged the Black Mafia family made over $270 million in the course of their operation. Sit back and look at it. So here it is right now. They pled guilty to 30 years. And what happened? This brother out. How long? My name is not Grant Redmond, man. I did what you did. Officer Watkins say what's up. Right as that. Okay, man. How you doing, man? Okay. Vincent Charlie, the cop got killed, connected fat, unforgiving with America at large. And you know what? Like I told you right now, okay, I can honestly say right now, even with that situation right there, Fat Cat did not have nothing to do with the order of rookie police officer Edward Burns. He didn't have nothing to do with that. I can attest to that. Once again, right now, guess what? I was out there during that period of time. And even right now, folks, listen, for those of you not familiar with that case, a 22-year-old rookie police officer was sitting outside. Right now, he's supposed to be there guarding the house. Right now, is that officer, the witness was never at any risk. But anyway, he was there because that house got firebombed a couple of times. And right now, 4 guys, killed the officer. Right now, when that happened in February of 1988, as time went on, I became 113, 103rd, and 75th precinct. They felt that if anybody had anything with doing the execution of that rookie police officer, they felt I was the one that pulled the trigger. And like I told you right now, if I would have pulled that trigger, I wouldn't be here today. I didn't have nothing to do with that. And right now, it's guess what? I'm glad I didn't. I didn't know nothing about it till after the fact. So once again, no, Fat Cat did not have anything to do with that police getting killed. And as he say, guess what they did? They hold him accountable for the parole officer murder. Right now, like I say, he took full responsibility. He didn't want them to kill the parole officer. He wanted them to bust the parole officer up so the parole officer couldn't attend the hearing the day of when he's supposed to went to court. So once again, sit back and think about it. You send in a group, a guy, 2 guys, after somebody that's licensed to carry. This guy go to the firing range. So he licensed to carry. So once again, you sending people, go after him, bust him up. This guy is armed and licensed to carry. So once again, you going after him. Meaning, if you're going after him, where I come from, folks, in order to get somebody, in order to get some ASS, you got to bring some ASS. In order to come to fight, you got to be prepared to fight. So if these guys coming to push up on him, and guess what? He's right. He's legally right. They're not. So once again, in order for them to get up on him, it got to be the element of surprise. So being that right now is you sending some young guys, go rough him up. They know this guy's strapped. So once again, what they do is, do they rough him up or they take him out? Because they don't want to take no necessary chance. It's either him or them. So these guys young, they in their early 20s. So once again, he want them to rough him up. But once again, they took him out. And one thing led to the other. And that's why, like I say, he got his parole officer murder. And that's why they hold him accountable for his parole officer murder. That's, as you say in the statement earlier, what he said. When he went to the parole board, listen, I didn't want them to kill this man. I just wanted them to rough him up so he can come to the hearing so I could get out of jail. Desperate people do desperate things. So even back then, what he was thinking, like, if he rough him up and put him in a hospital, they keep postponing it. Eventually, you got to let him go. But look what happened. That one bad move turned to an unfortunate situation that he'd been in jail for 37 years. 37 years. And trust me, I know he'd forget that. But once again, should the judge grant him compassionate release? I think he should. King Dave, what's up, man? I think he should. Because once again, if you granted Southwest T, he only did 30 years. He had a 30-year sentence. Cat had 25 life for the state and 40 years for the feds. Cat did 37 years. 22 more years than Southwest T. Sit back and think about it. Southwest T did less than 15 years of a 30-year sentence. Cat had 25 life for New York State, 40 years from the feds. Total, he did 37 years. Southwest T did 15 years, 22 years difference. I know, different situation, different circumstance, but yet and still the United States government, from a compassionate release Southwest T based upon what he say, health problem. But is it really a health problem? Or do his situation go deeper than what it is? Why they release T and they didn't release bigmeech? They brothers. They got the same charge. They both got quote unquote nonviolent. Even though everybody tried to throw up, well, Wolf and the other guy coming out of the club that got killed. But guess what? That didn't have nothing to do with him. Right now, he got shot. Meech got shot in the rear end twice. So once again, you can't hold him accountable because right now, guess what? He got shot. So technicality, he was a victim. So you can't enhance his charge because people came after him and they wound up being deceased. Come on. Hey, stranger, how you doing? Long time no see. Hopefully everything is well. Thank you for joining the conversation. But like I said right now, folks, what I'm just looking at, and I'm trying to get back more into live, more into interacting with people. Yeah. Brent, would you say Fat Cat has done his time? He's 63 old. Most of his life he spent in prison. You're right. He spent 37 years in prison. But besides the 37 years he spent in prison, he spent right now 18 months. So let's say he spent 39 years in prison. 39 years in prison and 24 years out. Wow. What an extreme. So yes, I think, honestly speaking, he should. I think Judge Corman, who's a judge that sentenced me, should grant him compassionate release. But once again, once the judge grant him compassionate release, guess what's going to happen? He still got to deal with a 10 years sentence for, a stolen car ring. They had tag cars. They had a business going on, him and White Boy Rick, when they was in Florida. When they was in Florida, witness protection unit down in Florida, what happened? They caught a case. And like I told you right now, don't get me wrong, folks, listen, idle time is the devil workshop. And right now is, listen, he felt, guess what? He wasn't out there killing nobody. He was not out there selling no drugs. Right now, everybody need cars. So once again, when you in there and you got family and you are used to a certain lifestyle, sometimes temptation get the best of you. And once the temptation get the best of them, then what? What happened? So once again, like I told you right now, to me, yes, I think Cat should be, you know what I'm saying? I think, honestly speaking, he should get a break. He should get a break. So once again, folks, thank y'all for joining us. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you for joining me. Yeah, but once again, the topic of conversation is this. Should Fat Cat receive compassionate release? Right now he got released from Clinton, Danamore, APPU, and he got sent down to the feds. And once again, he put in paperwork to get released because of his living condition. So once again, what would everybody trying to figure out, like, why? Queen drug law, who ordered parole officer killing, want out of prison because he has headache. That's what the New York Daily News is saying. That's what the New York Daily News is saying. Yes, he should. Didn't they do that for White Boy Rick? No, I don't think White Boy Rick got compassionate release. I think it's something totally different. But right now, Queen drug law, who ordered parole officer killing, want out of prison because he has headache. Notorious Queen drug lord Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, who ordered his parole officer killing in 1985, is seeking compassionate release from federal prison because the stress of more time behind bars is giving him migraine. The 63-year-old kingpin made a request in a letter to Brooklyn Federal Court Judge Edward Corman, but even if he approved, he would have to wait for his freedom. He's had a 10-year prison sentence in Florida looming over his head. Nichols was hit with a 25 years to life sentence in a concurrent 40 years federal sentence after pleading guilty in 1992 to arranging the murder of parole officer Bryant Rooney and killing two others, including his girlfriend. He also was linked to the slaying of NYPD cop killer Eddie Burns, 22, who was executed while sitting in his parole car in South Jamaica, Queens in February 1988. So like I said right now, it's this. To me, he put in 37 years. 37 years. 1985, July 1985. I think right now, like I said, yes, he do deserve a break. And they can give it to Southwest T, who did 15 years out of 30 years. Why they can't give it to a man that did 37 years? 37 years. He been in there. Don't get me wrong. Like I say, what he's complaining about, his living condition, what he's speaking about. Nickel, who spent the last 37 years in state and federal prison, caught a break early this year when the state parole board ordered him released, sparking the anger of the city police union. But he still owed time to the feds and complaining to the judge that his time served since his arrest in 1988 was encountered towards his sentence. Corman suggested the drug law apply for compensation release. In an August 15 letter that touched on the mistake of his past, but make no reference to his victim, Nickel rattled off a Latin of health problem and death in his family and gross about his treatment at Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center. Although I try to stay strong, the stress is weighing me down and has raised my blood pressure, he wrote, adding that he's been denied a vegan diet in his new federal dig. I am fearful of my health rapidly decline under these conditions. I have now developed migraine after receiving news of being incarcerated for 4 more years due to miscalculation and the failure to inform of a probation violation in which I was never charged, sentenced, nor knew exists, he wrote. His plan, should he win release, is to live with his wife in Jacksonville, Florida, and work for her catering company. Janine, what you say? Prison life is so hard. You don't know if you will come out of the prison alive or not. You're right. You're right. You're right. You don't know. But once again, it's like right now, it's like, like I say, trust me. I know he's so close, but yet so far. And trust me, that can be very, challenging. Can be very, very challenging. Them two was head of their indictment. They was facing life. How did they get 30 years? Feds give the top time. Somebody say something. Like I said right now, Wiz, no, sometimes you can plead. 30 years, like I said right now, is a long time. So even right now, Wiz, you got to sit back and think about it. One is still in, one is out. Okay? One is still in, one is out. So once again, when you sit back and you think about it, a lot of things go deeper than the original surface. Right now, he got compassionate release after half of a 30-year sentence. So when you sit back and you think about it, sometimes a lot of things don't add up. But always remember, with the United States government, they can do what the hell they want to do because they are the United States government. So sometimes you can have people, and I did a segment, and I got a piece coming up. Sometimes you can have people secretly cooperating, but people do not know about it. They just confirming stuff, quarterbacking, letting them know they're in the right track, in the right direction, letting them know that these people are guilty, are they responsible for this and that and this and that, but they don't have to testify. They're not doing anything, but they're confirming what is out there. And right now, only way they will come forward and testify if it's absolutely necessary. But once again, so when certain things erupt like compassionate release, sometimes these individuals that has been cooperating and is not known to society that they cooperate, only people know that they cooperate is the United States government. These are the way they get the opportunity to reward them and ease them out here. Compassionate release. But once again, they're not labeled as quote unquote a snitch, a rat. But once again, if you sit back and you think about it, he's only 50 years old. And right now is, if I'm not mistaken, let me find this, I'm saying right now. And I think it's kind of deep. Let's be clear that on a 30-year sentence, you owe 26 years. This channel has very little knowledge concerning how the federal system works. Let's be very clear. There's not provision that allow any inmate to cut that much time off their sentence, being clear. The policy concerning coronavirus allow inmates who are near release with health concern to go home to home confinement. This shit is fishy. Okay, the response with the person leaving the above comment does not have the direct line to anyone in BMF. First off, the information I provide came from the co-defendant on this case. First off, sir. Secondly, you must be pretty late on the interview and documentary on my channel that I have done directly on this subject with family and friends of Meech and T. And that was around them since 1985 until arrest. And that's just a few with paperwork shown. Also, please do your due diligence. He was still scheduled to be released in 2026. He had been programming since he went to the feds, never got into any trouble, moved from a high maximum feds down to a low because of good behavior. At some point had 5-point deduction to his sentence, then applied for the COVID-19 release, etc. You may know that the fed system worked. I have a direct line to these guys. Have a great day. I provide BOP, Bureau of Prison Policy. I also spent 20 years in the system, so you can save the policy verbiage. I have thousands of law library hours, so I'm crystal clear what program get you. Feel free to provide policy attachment for your research, because I'm sure you won't be able to produce anything that say he can have that much time cut from his sentence. I am not talking about what nobody mouth say, but the policy, because this is what dictate outcome. I was one of the first people to receive the Second Chance Act, so I know what's there. So what I'm saying is, people, a lot of this stuff go deep in the original surface, and people don't quite understand that. Real life talk, paperwork show B, Brian Goes Dry, snitch on fat, can't juggle it. You know, like I said right now, is real life talk, paperwork. Paperwork only showed that, guess what? And they came to me and asked me a question about, do you know this person? Is this person did this or this person do that? Right now, once you come clean with them and they debriefing you and they ask you a question, and right now is you lied to them and they know you lying, all bets is off. So once again, that's like they come to me right now is, who's the GOAT? Michael Jordan or Mark Jackson? If I go because I like the New York Knicks and say Mark Jackson is the GOAT, they got the proof. The proof is in the pudding. So once again, right now, it's like I say, it doesn't matter if they come to me and ask me a question and I know the answer and I'm telling the truth, that's what I got to abide by. But if I lie to them, then guess what? I'm done. Nightman salute. It might be right. I was in the summer ago. I met some of them down there when he came home about all the dudes that showing out, bought him heat, or he might have a medical release. Okay. Because bigmeech was catching ticket in the feds, they pay attention to that in the feds. When you in MCC or MDC getting sentenced, all the ticket you get up your sentence, and then okay, yeah. D'Angelo, you say he deserves a compassionate release. It's something that they can do, work something out, especially if he ain't been in no trouble in more than 50. Yeah, but you know what? Like I tell you right now, the older you get, guess what? We all change. You all try to help people. And trust me right now, look at Bobby, look at the rapper, Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda said when he was around Fat Cat, what Fat Cat did. He said right now, Wiz, and I heard him in the interview with Mano, that if it wasn't for Fat Cat, guess what? He wouldn't be sitting on the couch with Mano doing this interview, because a lot of times he's about to put himself in a predicament, doing certain things, going after certain people in a way that they would hurt them in the course of more time, that if it wasn't for Cat saved him. So automatically what you have is Cat was a type of individual. The older you get, you start sitting back, think about it. What can I do to help? What can I do to get back? How do I right my wrong? Sometimes when you're around and you see certain things and you see certain people, your objective as you get older and your maturity kick in and you get away from that dumb stuff is, how do you save these young people from destroying their life? So once again, he's seeing this cat, Bobby Smurf, the dancer, the rapper, whatever he is, he see that he got a chance of getting out. He got a date. A lot of these guys didn't have date. He got a date. He's still young. You can get back out there. You can get back in that rap industry. So what he used to do is anytime he's about to go off, he used to grab him by the collar. Come here. You the smartest, dumbest individual I know. He's to grab him by the collar. Come here. And what he used to do, he used to save him. He used to save him from himself. And what he say is he appreciate that. Because if he didn't do that, guess what? Temper's what gets us into trouble. Pride's what keep us there. This man he done seen everything. He done seen every walk of life. And what happened is he stopped this guy and how many other people that we don't know about that he has stopped, educate, coach, counsel, train, getting them to understand. Guess what, man? Listen, think about before you do that. Think about before you shank that person. Think about before you pipe this person. Think about before you put that lock in the sock and you do this. Think about before you spit that razor out your blade and you cut somebody. Think about it. Is it worth it? It's going to add value or take value away. It's going to gain you your freedom or going to cause you to lose your freedom. So once again, he's there. And since he's been there, what he been doing? He been trying to coach, counsel, train people. Why? Because once again, he's a father. Not only that, he's a grandfather. So once again, he starts seeing these young cats coming in. Oh man, thinking about it back in the days when we was young, when we was dumb, when we was allowing our emotions supersede our intellect. So he just stopped them. And that's why you got Bobby Smurf now speak highly of him. Tar Scott is still locked up in the feds. He goes to New York State parole board, and they continue to hit 2 years. He's in the program in the feds. David Clary and Bebo still in the state. You got that wrong. Todd is still in the state. Scott Cobb is in the feds. Black, how you doing? You stop it by being man, being father to their son. Yeah, I think that's very profound. You stop it by being mans and being father to their son. I think that very, very profound. You're right, man. You're right. Let's smash that like button. Good contact, good subject. Hey, folks, listen, man. Like I say, I started off by having shout out to all 63,000 subscribers. Shout out. Thank you for the support. Once again, folks, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification button. Because a lot of times right now, when I put out content, people say they're not getting a notification. So once again, like I told you, if you like what I'm saying, copy it. Share it to people that's in your cell phone. Share it to people via email in your DMs. Share it. Because once again, it's all about right now, how do we get these messages across? How do we get these messages out there? Right now, if you notice, for the most part, like I said right now, if you know anything about me right now is, to me, I try to keep my platform mindful and respectful. I don't deal with the drama. I want to keep it clean cut. It's all about uplifting, encouraging, empowering one another, taking everything to the next level. Right now, I don't got time for the drama, man. Yeah, the older you get, who got time for nonsense, man? Fat Cat have always had a gift of knowing how to reach out to someone. You're right, man. You're right. Like I said right now, that man saved my life a couple of times. And right now, despite we might have our differences, we might have our love-hate relationship. Like I said right now, I got nothing but love and respect because, yeah, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this now. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be sitting here now. Right now, I got to thank him in many ways. And one, because he saved my life twice that I know of. And right now, guess what? I appreciate that because look at you, man. I like this right here, man. Wisdom come in time. This is chess, not checker. And a lot of people do not understand that, man. How many men know what their son are doing right now? A lot of us don't know. How can we know? A lot of us don't know. But only thing right now, like I say, folks, listen, my big concern at this present time is this. As the United States government can grant Southwest T and so many other people compassion release after 15 years, why can't they grant Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols compassionate release after 37 years? Romeo, you back. Edward Burns' family goes to all a Fat Cat hearing and a 4-killer parole hearing to protest Fat Cat not getting out. Okay, and you know what? You're right. Because once again, like I said right now, was you guys sit back and think about it, man. Those 4 boys, and I'm gonna call them that, during that period of time, was all pawns. It was all pawns. There was twos. So once again, like I said right now, was guess what? They've been in jail 34 years. 34 years. So you sit back and think about it. These guys was ranging from age 20 to 24. So right now is that mean they are 54 to like 59 right now. So when you sit back and think about it, out of that 34 years, do you know how many times those guys kicked themselves in the ASS? Do you know how many times those guys slapped the living daylight out of themselves? Do you know how many times those guys took their head and slammed it into the wall? Do you know how much suffering, how much pain, how much agony right now was they feeling? All because of one bad move, one bad mistake, one bad decision. What happened is you got these individuals right now is their problem, they was bad followers. Sometimes being bad followers, following behind bad leaders for all the right, wrong reason, guess what happened? You setting yourself up to fail. And that's what happened. These guys is kicking themselves in the butt daily, hating themselves, wish they never heard of the name Howard Pappy Mason. But it's too late. It's too late. It's 34 years out of their life and counting. 34 and a half years, because that happened February of 1988. So they got arrested March 1988. So almost 34 and a half years, these guys have been suffering. So guess what? You think they ain't feeling the pain? You think they ain't remorseful? Trust me, they are. They are. They wish they can turn back the hands of time and go back to that day. And trust me, they'd have been something totally different. Motivation, what your platform is all about. That's what it's all about. It's all about motivation. It's all about uplifting. It's all about empowerment. It's all about how do we help each other. We're too busy right now with hating on ourselves, hating on each other. It's not about that, man. How do we right our wrong? How do we learn to forgive? How do we move on? How do we be better today than we was yesterday? That's what this is all about. And right now, like I told you right now, it's a lot of things that I regret. I hated the person I once was between the age of 14 and 24 because once again, I was a sick soul. Right now, I was devious. I was out there. I could have been like those 4 individuals, but the difference is right now is guess what? No, I don't care what anybody say. To me, somebody came to me, oh, killer, get out of here. You out your mind. That's why you got followers and you got leaders, folks. Okay, Nightman, I appreciate what you're saying. Fat Cat don't have any medical excuse. He say high blood pressure, migraines. Right now, as you say, Southwest T had a medical release, and the parole board knew Meech was the influencer of T Life. T was a grad student from school that was misled by sibling. All that's all well and good. But what I'm saying is right now, let's not live in la la land. Right now is in order for Southwest T to get out 15 years early than his supposed date. Guess what? Like I said right now, is from some of the comments and some of the things I've heard, is something mighty, 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 mighty fishy about that. So once again, always remember, man, everybody like to say what they will do and what they won't do. Nobody know what they will and won't do until the time presents itself. And right now, it's a lot of things. Right now, I did a segment not too long ago, and I got a segment dropping probably within today or tomorrow about sneaky snitch. And once again, you'd be surprised, man, when it come down to ways that people got their back against the wall. Come on, I'm trying to keep a clean mind. You're keeping a clean mind, but once again, whatever's in the dark eventually gonna come to light. And like I said right now, a lot of this stuff go deeper than the original surface, man. A lot of this stuff. Nah, Glaze, I love you. I love you too, my brother. I love you too, my brother. Hey, but like I said right now, folks, listen, man, hit that like button, subscribe, share. And even right now, like I told you, the subject matter, the man, the myth, the legend, George Making Experience. How you doing, man? Hey, man, sometime right now, what we got to do, we got to start powwowing, man. What me and you got to do, we got to start collaborating, man. You know, we got to start right now. I come on your platform, you come on my platform. We got to start. I love the attitude. I love your energy and everything. But you're right. That dude was accused of selling 2,500 keys a month and got out in 15 years of a 30-year sentence. And see, a lot of times people don't want to deal with reality. A lot of times people want to sweep everything under the rug. And like I said right now, was guess what? Like to me, right now is when I went to school, 2 and 2 equal 4. Right now is to me to get out on a compassion release. You know what I'm saying? Right now, and within you who got out like that? Guy Fisher. Guy Fisher. Guy Fisher got out because once again, Guy Fisher been in how many years? Damn near 40 years, in his 70s. William Underwood, yes. But once again, when you look at Southwest T was part of one of the biggest organizations in our times. And like you say, go on 2,500 key in a month. No way in the world, man. And like I said right now, everybody keep talking about this, that, this. Right now, he about to get subpoenaed in a well-known case soon. And right now, was guess what? Because once again, whatever's in the dark eventually gonna come to light, man. Whatever's in the dark eventually gonna come to light, and that's what people got to say. So what I'm just trying to say right now, folks, I'm not trying to ruffle anybody's feather or make anybody feel awkward. It was known as the biggest drug dealer in America at the time. You're right, and yet it's still right now. One is in and one is out. And a lot of times people try to make that sense. You can't make sense of that. You can't. Only way you're going to make sense of that, you know what I'm saying, right now, by coming clean. And to me, guess what? Only way right now, his hand's about to be forced. And he don't want it to be forced, but about to be forced. You know? And like I say right now, it's a lot of stuff go deeper than the original surface, man. A lot of stuff. So like you say, George Making Experience, anybody that's out there looking for some clean cut, good content, inspiration, positivity, subscribe to the George Making Experience, man. Subscribe. Because once again, like to me, what I love about this brother, whatever, he's out there in Philly, man, in Jersey fighting that war. He going to his own pocket, taking these kids where? To the bowling alley, skating ring, to the movies. And to me right now is, you know what? Hats off to you. Because once again, everybody right their wrong in different ways. And this man trying to make sure that right now, whatever he can do to help save these at-risk kids, that's what he's doing. And I appreciate that. And like I said right now, man, email me, man. Like I said, let's get in contact. Let's get each other numbers, man. Let's get on board. And like I said right now, man, let's go from there, man. So what I'm doing right now, and Mr. George Making, we've been going back and forth long enough. So right now, start to let's collab and do certain things together and make certain things happen, you know, for the greater cause, man. Right now, for the greater cause. So here it is right now. That's my email address, man. Reach out. Let's share contact information. Let's go from there. D'Angela AG. My grandmother used to tell me, all closed eye ain't sleep. Wow. All closed eye ain't sleep. That's deep. Sit back and think about it. My grandmother used to tell me, all closed eye ain't sleep. And a lot of times right now, man, one thing about the federal government, they don't expose you unless they have to. They do not expose you unless they have to. And right now is why? Because they play a hell of a game. They don't play checker. The government don't play checker. They play chess. I'm gonna say it again, man. The government do not play checker. They play chess, man. I'm off everything. All right, man. Okay, Jeff Burke, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining me, man. Thank you for joining me. Hey, folks, listen, man. Make sure you support. Make sure you subscribe. I know a lot of you not getting my notification, man. Sometime right now I get discouraged. I push stuff up, and that number don't move. I'm like, what's going on? But once again, I just hit 63,000 subscribers. So shout out to all 63,000 people that came on my platform that have supported me, basically from day one. I truly, truly appreciate that, man. Because once again, without y'all guys, man, it's no telling where I would be. So like I told you right now, I'm going to end this as I started. What happened? Right now is Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols. Yeah, I don't get the notification either. See, and that's a problem, man. Why people are not getting a notification? Let's sit back and think about it. But you know what? That's why you got to keep promoting, keep pushing, and go through it, man. So even right now, like I say, guys, how I started this, how I started today is, the United States government granted Southwest T a BMF, compassionate release. They should do the same thing for Fat Cat. They should do the same thing for Fat Cat. Janine, what'd you say? How you doing? Thank you for this live. It was great. Thank you. Thank you. I got to get back into it. I kind of back away from my Sunday night cigar chat. I'm trying to back away from the cigar, so I got to get back into it. Mama told me that every closed eye and sleep and every goodbye ain't gone. Facts. All right. So right now is the United States government granted Southwest T a BMF compassion release. They should do the same thing for Fat Cat. You know, right now, how come they granted a man with a 30-year sentence and he only did less than half and they let him out on quote unquote compassionate release? All right. This man used to, right now, at one point in time, responsible for providing 2,500 kilos a month coming to the United States. Okay. Now you got somebody like Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols that been in jail how long? Romeo, how you doing, Glaze? I work in a hospital. Patient listen to you. Hey, Romeo, shout out. Hopefully right now I can inspire them. I am an inspiration because that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about, man. When the patient had you on. All right. Because like I say, my objective right now, how do I help? I always want the problem. Now what I'm doing, trying to be part of the solution, man. That's what this is all about. Man, you and Sandy Bull make me feel like I was there with you guys. Great story. Keep it up, Blaze. Thank you, T River. But like I said right now, once again, what we talking about? Queen drug law who ordered parole officer killing want out of prison because he has a headache. So once again, like I said right now, the United States government granted Terry Flournoy, aka Southwest T, co-founder of BMF. At one point in time, they supply the United States area with over 2,500 keys per month for years. Co-founder BMF. If he can get out in 15 years of a 30-year sentence, this man been in jail for 37 years. Why can't they grant him compassionate release? Queen drug lord who ordered parole officer killing want out of prison because he has headache. Notorious Queen drug lord Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, who ordered his parole officer killing in 1985, is seeking compassionate release from federal prison because the stress of more time behind bars is giving him migraines. The 63-year-old kingpin made the request in a letter to Brooklyn Federal Court Judge Edward Corman, but even if he approved, he would have to wait for his freedom. He has a 10-year prison sentence in Florida looming over his head. Nickel was once hit with 25 life sentence and a concurrent 40 years federal sentence after pleading guilty in 1992 to arranging the murder of parole officer Brian Rooney and killing two others, including his ex-girlfriend. Folks, like I told you right now, do he deserve compassionate release after 37 years? Johnny Red, how you doing? Salute. Hey, folks, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you copy and paste, share, comment, be in. Jack Bauer, everyone released ain't going to do good like you, Glaze. Everyone can't be given another chance. Like I said, I guess I can agree to disagree. Okay. Some people deserve a second chance in life. You're right, Janine. Some people do. My Cuban uncle got 480 months in 1993. He's still in Allen federal prison now on kingpin indictment. See, like I said right now, come on. Once again, he got 480 months. That's 40 years. Let me see, 120, 10, 20. That's 40 years. 40 years. So when you sit back and think about it, that's 1993. Whoa. So you look at 93, 2003, 2013, 2023. Next year going to be 30 years. So come on. For kingpin, drug, not murder. And he's still in. But once again, everybody wants to believe that Southwest T got out. How? I wasn't there. But they gave him compassionate release. Why can't they give Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols compassionate release? And like I say, folks, listen, man. I am not no angel. Google Brian Glaze Gibbs. Right now, anybody, if y'all want to know more about my story, listen, this is what I want you to do. Anybody want to know more about my story, email me at Brian, my first name, Brian, okay, my last name, Gibbs, my date of birth, 1201 at gmail.com. Email me to place your order for a signed copy of the Beyond Lucky book, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story, a true story of crack, money, murder, redemption. Right now, email me. You see this? Beyond Lucky. And I would throw in, if you place your order for your signed copy of this book, I would throw in Straight from the Street, Volume 1, and Straight from the Street, Volume 2 for free. All you got to do is right now, email me to place your order. If you let Fat Cat out, you will have to let the rest of the inmate out who have migraine respectfully. You know, like I said right now, are all them 63 years old and older? Are all them 63 years old and older? Are all of them spent more than half of their life in prison? I love your book. So if you love the book, do a video. So right now do a video about what you love about the book so I can put it up in my promo. So you need do a video about right now, what did you love most about that book? Like I said right now, folks, this book right here is the blueprint that will stop your kid, my kid, our grandkids from picking that brick, throwing at that prison for nothing. What I do is I talk about everything from A to Z. I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I talk about right now was my most devastating moment when I cry. My most, painful moment. My ups, my downs, my trials, my tribulation, everything. They let Alpa out, then why not let Fat Cat out? Second chance at life. He already been there for over 30 years. That's a lifetime right there. That's true. That's very, very, very true. And like I said right now, guess what, folks? Listen, man. Like I say, look, I just celebrate 25 years of freedom. And when I got out, people didn't give me much chance to survive. People said right now, guess what? The United States government, guess what? Probation department felt I would have been back in 90 days. U.S. Marshal felt I would have been back in 45 days. Guess what? 25 years later, it's not what man say, what God say, man. And to God be the glory. To God be the glory. I'm shy, BGG. Sorry. All right, all right. Fat cat service time. Let them come on. Let them come home every day. Hey, like I say, folks, listen, man. Thank you for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, support. Like I said right now, be on the lookout. I got some more stuff coming, man. I got some more stuff coming. Hey, thank you for joining me. Peace, love, and prosperity. One love.